This is NBB News Update. News. In Taiwan, Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen's National Day speech, Tsai emphasizes resilience, unity, diversity, competitiveness, and renewed confidence in speech. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen delivered her National Day address on Sunday, pledging to defend Taiwan's sovereignty and democracy amid unprecedented challenges brought by China's increasing military coercion. The following is the full text of her speech, titled Forging a Stronger Consensus, Standing United to Protect Taiwan. She addressed country people. Copied some parts her speech. Today is the 110th National Day of the Republic of China. Every year on this day we gather together to celebrate our nation's birthday. Today, everyone living in Taiwan is a part of this community in which we share a common destiny. Together, we have passed one test after another. Beginning in May this year, Taiwan faced its greatest challenge since the outbreak of COVID-19. Over 800 people in this country have lost their lives to this disease. These people were our family, friends, and members of our shared community. I want to take this opportunity at the start of my speech to express my sincerest condolences to their families. During this outbreak, we were also reminded of the great self-discipline and virtue possessed by the people of Taiwan. Everyone has remembered to wear face masks. Wherever you go, everyone uses their phones to scan QR codes for contact tracing and maintains social distance. And when vaccines arrived, everyone followed our government's plans for an orderly vaccination drive. I truly appreciate how hard everyone has worked. The government does not take this cooperation for granted. I want to extend a special thanks to Han High Technology Group / Yonglin Foundation, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, and the Tsuchi Foundation for working with the government. Continue her speech. Doctors, nurses, and other medical personnel for their hard work. Most of all, I want to thank all the people of Taiwan. At this difficult time, our unity protected our country. Collective dedication to democracy that protected our beloved homeland. We have also received help from our friends across the international community. International community continued to face pandemic and vaccines in short supply around the globe. Japan, United States, Lithuania, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Poland all extended helping hands. I want to invite everyone here today to join me in showing our deepest appreciation to the representatives from these countries. Taiwanese have a beautiful tradition of never forgetting. Face masks we send out across the world last year showed that Taiwan can help. Taiwan-Japan ties continue to flourish, and our relationship with the European Union has grown closer. We resumed talks with the United States under our bilateral trade and investment framework agreement. We applied to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. In Washington, Tokyo, Canberra, and Brussels, Taiwan is no longer on the margins, with more and more democratic friends willing to stand up for us. Taiwan today is no longer seen as the orphan of Asia, but as an island of resilience that can face challenges with courage. She talked about unprecedented challenges amid a complex regional landscape. The greater the pressure we face from China. So I want to remind all my fellow citizens that we do not have the privilege of letting down our guard. The global political landscape is undergoing drastic change. Free and democratic countries around the world have been alerted to the expansion of authoritarianism, with Taiwan standing on democracy's first line of defense. Every step we take will influence our world's future direction, and our world's future direction will likewise affect the future of Taiwan itself. At the same time, regional order is being challenged in the South and East China Seas. The routinization of Chinese military activity in Taiwan's southwestern air defense identification zone has seriously affected both our national security and aviation safety. In contrast, democratic countries are working to strengthen our broad-based, mutual cooperation in order to respond to regional and global developments. G7, NATO, EU, and Quad have all highlighted the importance of peace and security in the Taiwan Strait, while expressing concern over whether China may unilaterally undermine the status quo of peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. I want to reiterate that Taiwan is willing to do its part to contribute to the peaceful development of the region. I also want to emphasize that resolving cross-strait differences requires the two sides of the strait to engage in dialogue on the basis of parity. We hope for an easing of cross-strait relations and will not act rashly. But there should be absolutely no illusions that the Taiwanese people will bow to pressure. We will continue to bolster our national defense and demonstrate our determination to defend ourselves in order to ensure that nobody can force Taiwan to take the path China has laid out for us. This is because the path that China has laid out offers neither a free and democratic way of life for Taiwan, nor sovereignty for our 23 million people. She talked about building consensus around four commitments. The Republic of China came to Taiwan in 1949, 72 years ago. Over these past 72 years, we have gone from poverty to prosperity, from authoritarianism to democracy, and from uniformity to diversity. Admired around the world, what we have today is the result of the work of many generations. No one group can take sole credit for this work, nor should any one group be denied credit for what we have all achieved together. The past 72 years of development have transformed the face of our nation. But throughout this transformation, our resolve to uphold our sovereignty and defend our homeland has remained unchanged. Your being here at this event is one of the beautiful scenes in Taiwan's democracy. There will always be competition between political parties. But whenever our nation's dignity or the future of our people is at stake, we come together for the sake of the Taiwanese people to defend our sovereignty and our free and democratic way of life. We have a responsibility to seek an even broader consensus, so that we can be united in the face of future challenges. We all share the responsibility to ensure that the young people and future generations of this land can continue to live free. She continued her speech about cooperation across society to resolve our differences. Since taking office in 2016, I have worked to diversify trade, promote industrial innovation, transform our energy sector, and develop and bring in new talent so that everyone can see how Taiwan's economy is changing for the better. Past few years, in response to changing global economic circumstances, we have facilitated the return of many overseas Taiwanese businesses and accelerated our industrial transformation, reversing the slow economic growth, capital outflow, and talent drain caused by the past 30 years of over-reliance on a single market. Taiwan's economic performance is back in the lead of the four Asian tigers, attracting global attention and proving that we can create a more resilient and self-reliant economic development model. We have adopted a new economic approach in which we are no longer dependent on a single market. This is the key to consolidating Taiwan's global economic standing and playing a more important role. We must persevere on this road so that Taiwan's economy can continue to grow and thrive over the next 30 years. The results of our years of hard work are gradually becoming clear to our citizens and the world at large. We must also address the long-standing and divisive issues on which we have struggled to reach consensus. On these issues, we must work to forge consensus and find solutions that are broadly acceptable throughout society. Only by resolving these long-standing disputes can Taiwan move forward without looking backward. We must respond to national development needs by making necessary adjustments to bureaucracy, local institutions, national land use, regional development, and other important governance issues, so that we can optimize government efficiency and most faithfully reflect the will of the people. No nation can maintain economic momentum with an inconsistent energy policy. We have already aligned ourselves with the international community in announcing our goal to work toward net zero emissions by 2050. We also need to work with all sectors of society to draw up a roadmap that will help us stay on top of relevant developments and assess risks early on, so that we can build a more flexible and responsive power supply network. This is key to both our competitiveness and environmental sustainability. Dealing with these important issues is the only way to lay a foundation for long-term stability and leave a better country for future generations. In the past, differences in party stance or political identification often turned discussions of the methods and approaches needed to solve these issues into endless ideological battles. These disputes are of no help to our nation's development and only compel us to waste our own energy without making any progress. This is why, during my next few years in office, I want to draw on the dynamism of our society to look for ways to solve these issues together. By facilitating cooperation between society and government, we can work to find common ground among different ideas, gradually resolve difficult issues, and build a firm foundation on which to guide our national development. She talked about engaging the world with pride and confidence. 2021 has been a year of many challenges, as well as many heartwarming moments. This summer's Tokyo Olympics saw Taiwan's athletes turn in record performances. Today, on our National Day, I want to express my gratitude to all our athletes and their support staff. Thank you for helping Taiwan shine on the international stage. During the Tokyo Olympics, the Taiwanese people once again realized a sense of shared belonging. I know some people have admitted that, out of fear of jinxing our athletes, they avoided watching our athletes in action, and instead did all their cheering in silence. I also heard that some people were so nervous watching the archery competition that their hearts were beating even faster than the competitors. During the men's doubles badminton gold medal match, I am sure that when the word "in" appeared on the screen, there were more than a few Taiwanese who erupted with joy and even shed some tears. We had waited so long for that moment, for Taiwan's achievements, Taiwan's confidence, and Taiwan's courage to be seen and appreciated by the world. This summer, that moment arrived. Over the past few days, many people in Taipei stopped to look up at the planes rehearsing for our National Day celebration. What they were looking at is our Air Force, which keeps us and our country safe. Air Force, many other military units were practicing for our National Day celebration on the streets of Taipei. Dredging engineers, members of our chemical corps, the motorcycles of our military police command's quick reaction company, and many other combat vehicles that we rarely get to see all passed here before us on Chongqing South Road, fully equipped and ready to deploy. Taking photos, perhaps unsure which units these are or what the equipment is called, but with a certain sense of security. These are our troops who safeguard our homeland. When disaster strikes, they come to the rescue. When our sovereignty, territory, freedom, or democracy is threatened, they defend our country with their lives. One of the most heartwarming images of 2021 was of the Mirage 2000 fighter jets sent by our military into the skies above Taiwan to welcome our Olympic heroes back home. Our athletes and troops are all national heroes. I sincerely hope that my fellow citizens believe in the greatness of Taiwan, believe in the importance of Taiwan, and believe that our community of 23 million people can stand proud on the international stage. Let us move forward with confidence and pride, as masters of our own destiny. Let us embrace our global role and make Taiwan a Taiwan of the world. I wish the Republic of China a happy 110th anniversary and good health and many happy returns to all my fellow citizens. Thank you. This is Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen's National Day speech. NBB News Channel, stay tuned. World's News your hand.